This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market studio for the midweek edition. On the way, we've got a pair of ladies. First, McKendree Bearcats volleyball coach Nikki Sandlin. And then it's Westland Warriors place kicker Kaylee Toller. Plus, as always, on a Wednesday, we have the Metal Screen Printing and Sign Sports Flashback. And today it features that young golfer from the Carlisle Golf Club, Connor Kipper, a champ. But right now it's time for scores and stuff. And it is brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. Look them up for 24-hour towing and collision repaired. On the Tucker Electric guest line, we scoot off to Oakville for another former play-by-play partner of mine, Jim Hettenhausen. Jim, I've got them scattered all over.
We are hiding everywhere.
You're not hiding. But good to have you aboard again. And why don't we start with some Major League Baseball? I don't know if you watched any part, all of it last night, but Game 1 of the World Series is in the books anyway, and the Boston Red Sox win it 8-4.
Yeah, they got a heck of a lineup. They got a heck of a ball club all the way around, but their lineup 1 through 9 is just pretty darn tough.
Yeah, it really is. Benintendi had 4 hits, 1 or 2 bloops maybe. J.D. Martinez drove in a couple of early runs, and Eduardo Nunez, he had the big bash. He golfed a 3-run homer to seal it. And I picked Boston because Dave Roberts is a dumber manager than Alex Cora. And I'm sure that wasn't a second. Why? Baez is throwing bullets. He strikes out 2 guys. He had an intentional walk. That's all he gave up. And you got to make that. You just have to make that move. Let him in.
Yeah, I don't know if that was strictly an analytical
yes,
move.
It was, from what I heard today or read today.
That he had in his gut or what. But I think there you just kind of go with the eye test and see how well that he was doing at that time. And you know, I'm not a big fan of always having to match up a righty against a righty or a lefty against a lefty. If you got a guy that's throwing good, let him finish the inning. Or,
if
at least
good,
let him try to finish the inning.
Heck yes. He was no. And over the course of a whole year, a lot of that stuff can get swept under the rug. But, boy, he gets magnified in situations like this. I mean, Roberts blew it last year with Rich Hill. He took him out after, I think, about 4 innings, and he was throwing BBs. And, of course, they gave that game up, and Houston went on to win the World Series. I mean, these guys, I'm telling you, I would have to go through them one by one, but I really don't. If I were an owner, I don't think there's one manager that I would have run my team, one current manager run my team. I really don't. There might be a couple in there. I'd have to pick through them. Still there?
So many of them.
Okay.
So many of them are going to, strictly based on analytics, and that I get it to a certain point, but you got to go with the eye test, I think, more times than not, and as far as making your decisions as to who you're going to bring in or who you're going to play that day. And I guess it's just an easy answer for you, when you go back into the press room afterwards. Well, according to our analytics department,
Probably.
it showed that
wasn't my fault.
so-and-so is a better hitter, so we got to put him in to pinch hit, or we got to bring
Right.
this one in to pitch.
I mean,
I
if
guess,
you want,
I guess it gives a good excuse.
probably, yeah. I mean, if you want to mix it in a little bit for another, but it's got to be. And what really kills me is all these guys. Roberts is well, Cora especially. They're both on the younger end of things, but some of these guys who are really veterans and played the other way, what I think is the right way, their whole lives, they get caught up in this stuff.
Yeah, it's more and more ownership groups are going to it. You know, the Cardinals have made the move going that way, and you know, I get it to a point. There's going to be points where that's going to help you, but I still think you gotta have belief in the guy. You know, whether it's a pitcher that throws 87 miles an hour for a fastball that's got a lot of movement, and you know, he can fool the hitters that way, get them to make poor contact, as opposed to a guy that throws 97 just because he can throw 97. You know, I believe in the eye test more than I do in all the analytics. I think some of them have a place in the game, and you know, some of the shifts that they use, you know, shows that it does help the defense out and help the pitcher out, and I guess in the long run that's what you're trying to do. But again, I think it's just kind of it's an easy way to come up with an answer in the press room afterwards for a lot of them.
We'll see if we get some starting pitching tonight. Last night didn't go so well for Kershaw or for Sale, and it's Ryu against David Price, who was pretty good his last time out. 6 innings, 3 hits, and all of that stuff. And we're going to talk with our buddy, Brian Everskirt. Gertie's going to be in studio Saturday, and I know he has I think he's leaning towards these analytics. Whatever, that's everybody's. But we'll get the word from him on that analytics gut mix this Saturday morning. So
yeah,
you played ball with him at KC, didn't you?
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah. Oh,
so I'm glad to see him up with the big club, and you know, like you say, I think he's kind of on the analytical side end of it, and that's good of it.
I'm going to bring him.
Got its place.
I'm going to bring him down to earth.
I
usually try to.
Well, good luck with that. He has a way about him.
Well, he's a stubborn German too, like all of us. Us three here, anyway. Anyway, it's game 2 tonight, then a day off, and it shifts out to the West Coast, and we'll go from there. What do you think about the Cardinals, and what's the off season going to be like? Of course, maybe go with these first two. A quick take on Wainwright coming back and O'Kindle gone.
Wainwright coming back is, as long as they're not spending a whole lot of money, I'm okay with it. He pitched okay towards the end of the season. I think, understands now he's going to have to do more with less because he's not going to have the fastball that he used to have. I think he can still be an effective pitcher if he's going to be like a number 5 or maybe a long relief guy or something along that line. I think he can be very useful and resourceful for a lot of those younger pitchers coming up to, you know, because he came up through the bullpen and worked his way into the starting rotation and was successful doing both. So I really think that it'll be a good move for him. If he's taking the spot of somebody that's, you know, really got a lot of promise, that kind of hurts a little bit.
Yes.
But I can understand it. You know, he might have a little bit left in the tank to give, and if so, let's give him a shot. And if not, well, you can stick him back in there and be the number 11 guy in the bullpen or whatever, and just ride off into the sunset that way. You know, Okendo stepping down, that it doesn't surprise me a whole lot. You know, he said he wants to be closer to his family down in Jupiter, so he's been in baseball a long, long time, and you know, time to do more with the family, and he can still be involved helping out some of the young kids. And you know, even though he was here this year, the defense didn't get much better.
Yes, no, it was terrible.
He can teach them. He can teach them all the tricks of the trade that he has. But if you can't catch it, you can't catch it. There's, you know, no matter what kind of positioning they can put you in or different things like that, either guys can catch the ball or not. It's tough to make him into a good fielder, I think.
Well, I'll just say that but you kind of sparked me there. And that's what he was brought back on board for, infield defense and base running, and they were lousy at both. Terrible. And I don't think he stepped down. I think he was, goodbye, we'll make this look good and just go back to Florida and collect some bucks.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't,
The Cardinals would
not being in
never
there,
just publicly fire him. They rarely do that
Right.
with anybody. And I'm not saying
Well,
they should
because
with him, but
they're not gonna, it's a bad PR move on their part because for years people were wanting him as the manager, and
which I never
especially
saw.
in place of Matheny at that point in time, and I know they kind of butted heads against each other a little bit, but hopefully it was a move that was mutual on both ends, and he's able to do some good down in the minor leagues for us.
Let's go to football. Oh my goodness, Jim! I know you're and I'm always for the Salukis, but it's not looking good down there for Nick Hill's club, is it?
No, it's I'm not sure if it's a recruiting thing or a coaching thing or what exactly,
yeah.
but it's a shame because now we've got such a beautiful facility down there. And,
it's nice,
and and just can't get the ball rolling. It seems like to go in the right direction to get some momentum going to build that program back up to where Jerry Kill had it when he was coaching there.
Boy, he was the guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did a great job, and I understand him moving up when he had the chance. Don't ever blame a person for doing that. And then you got the guy came in from North Dakota State or South Dakota.
Oh, Dale Lennon, who we had on every year. He was super to talk to, but
had a great success up there. But came here, and boy, once Kill's players were gone, it was like
it's all
nothing.
It's a great deal about recruiting anyway. So they have Missouri. They just got clipped 24-21 this past week by Indiana State. Illinois, of course, is floundering like crazy. My goodness. Whew. Lovey, just pack it and go, man. Just embarrassing there.
Yeah, you would think that a school like that, again, that had some success, several years back, would be able to just have a competitive squad year after year, but it's sure not been the case. And Lovey kind of thought he'd be a guy that could right the ship, but again, just can't do win the recruiting battles to get the kids to go there.
College there's a big difference. Some guys are meant for the pros, some for college. It doesn't usually work to translate to both, it. Rarely.
That is true.
Rarely. Missouri, the Missouri Tigers, so who cares about the Missouri Tigers? Hey, speaking of recruiting, Jim, and this Lane Kiffin has done it before with a 13-year-old quarterback. Now he's still with Florida Atlantic. By the time he's offered another quarterback a scholarship. He's an 11-year-old. Did you see this?
I have not.
This one happens to be Matt Leinert's son, Cole, but he's a 5'7", sixth grader. None of this is official yet, but he's actually Kiffin's interesting. I will say, that.
He knows how to get his name and
yes.
get his program in the news. There's no doubt about it. And you know what? Generally, he's been fairly successful in locations, but he sure knows how to get his name and the school that he's at out there in the news.
NFL, are you watching any? I'm not watching any. I keep up a little bit, but I'm not contributing to whatever ratings there are. But I know the Giants got beat the other night, and I kind of get a kick out of that.
Yeah, I'd just like to see the Rams lose every game, but unfortunately they're good now. So
7-0, go, huh?
I'm in the same boat. I don't watch much unless I just happen to be passing by or be sitting in a bar and it's on, and that's the only thing on. We'll watch it.
Hey, here's a new stat I came across incidentally, and I saw this in relation to when Breeze broke the passing yardage record a couple of weeks ago. But it's called, I don't know what it means. I have to check it out sometime. You probably know. For QBs, completion percentage above expectation. What?
Wow.
Who thinks of this stuff?
Some analytics guy.
I want to come up with something. If it pays. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother.
If you can make money off of it, you might as well sell it, and somebody will believe it.
Yeah, otherwise I'm not going to bother. The Blues are scuffling yet one Saturday night, but we're knocked off by the Winnipeg Jets 5-4 in overtime Monday, and they give up those late goals. Jake Allen taking there. We're already want to fire Mike Yeo. I'd wait a little while here, but hockey fans really jumped the gun. But they aren't playing too well, or not entire games anyway.
Yeah, they're getting about 40 minutes a night. They're just missing that last. It seems to be that last period has just really been a struggle for them. And, I forget what they mentioned it the other night on the broadcast about what the Blues record is after a lead going into the third period.
Not good.
Not good. And,
no. They gave up 3 the other night. Yeah, you
hear Jake Allen say that it seems like they're playing scared, like they trying not to lose. Well, what happens when you try not to lose? You lose.
You lose.
It's simple.
It never fails, does it, Jim? At any level, incidentally. At all levels, that's the case. Bad news for Missouri again.
Defense never works either.
No, there's another. Anyway, last year was Michael Porter Jr. for the Mizzou Tigers, and now the Mo Tigers have lost Jonte, his brother, a knee injury in a closed exhibition game. What went on there besides this? But what are the Porters made of? Their sisters had numerous knee injuries. I think again, the Whitey Herzog theory, which I espouse to, beer and steak. Forget some of this exercising and these crazy diets. What's going on? The other Porter still hasn't played because Michael had his second back surgery. He hasn't played with Denver yet in the NBA. Now back is a different matter, really, but this knees and goodness.
Yeah, so many people, I think they just get to be to the point to where they're too fit and
they really are.
It's just you see more and more, different athletes that struggle. They get into super prime physical condition, and their production doesn't go the same direction, and it's kind of a good thing for fat guys, I guess, or something.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
Is a picture of health in my book. And, he's still going at it at age 73 or whatever he is out there pitching.
But I tell you what, and I'm no doctor, but I really think with the teenagers, but even guys and gals at this level, I think they just too much training and they never take off. I don't think a body's meant for that. You got to have some relax mode time.
I agree fully with that as well, because you've got kids that are going nonstop, with every sport. My youngest daughter that's in 7th grade, she, just completed softball, which they started training for in January when they had school volleyball going on at the same time. And then, you play all summer long. We had some, in the junior high season, played for another 6 weeks, and we've only practiced a little bit and played a couple sets of games, this fall, but they got one more set this fall, and we got basketball going right around the corner.
Yes.
I know when we were kids, we all you did stuff, but it was
different
you did
seasons
more of
for
it
those,
on your own,
right.
where you were just kind of getting a group together and you'd play. It wasn't,
You went from one season to the next, and you would never throw a baseball in the winter. It just didn't happen, even if you didn't play basketball.
Right.
It was just, there was a time for, hey, Jim, got to get a word or two from you because I know you're at the PGA Championship in St. Louis. That was right up your alley, and you worked that. You volunteered for a time. I'm sure you had a blast.
Oh, no doubt about it. I was there all 7 days between volunteering and with the transportation department, along with helping out at the course a little bit as well with the transportation of the players and families and stuff. And it was just a great time. I think St. Louis really represented itself well as a sports town. It always helped, having, Tiger making his charge through the weekend and coming close, but not quite pulling it off. And, Brooks Koepka played some phenomenal golf throughout the entire week.
He ain't bad, is he?
No, he
was a player.
Darn good. He's pretty darn big guy too.
You probably saw him up close. But yeah, he's an athlete. Well, he's a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what he loved.
All those guys, just the variance in sizes of those guys. From Rory McIlroy to Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka. All those guys, they're just tremendously fit players and from what I saw of it, they were all very, responsive to the fans. And, again, we got a ton of autographs from them. And
Good.
And just a great week and all around. I think Bell Reeve did a great job with it, getting everything to go. And he just kind of, I think St. Louis wouldn't support it as much if they came every year.
No, I don't either.
And it was just and no offense to the John Deere Classic, but, just another tournament. By it being one of the majors or a World Golf Championship event,
Completely
where
agree.
you're getting all the top players, that's when you're going to get.
This was like a World Series Super Bowl coming to town, yeah.
Exactly, yes, no doubt.
Hey, Jim, I guess we got to roll, but appreciate you coming on tonight and enjoy basketball. It's high school basketball is en route.
Right around the corner, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for having me, Rip.
We'll see you here and there. Thanks. Jim Hettenhausen on Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Isaac Auto Body, right here in Carlisle, just moments away from us. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. Coming up, Nikki Sandlin and Kaylee Toller and the flashback.
Hey, it's Bill on the road from Mornings with Scott and Casey. You hear me talking each week about travel, and one of my favorite things about driving across America is finding great food. And lucky for you, Mama's on the Hill in St. Louis is a super easy road trip destination. Authentic Italian favorites like baked lasagna, spaghetti, and tortellini, thin crust St. Louis-style pizza, and yes, Mama's on the Hill is the birthplace of toasted ravioli. Check out their menu online at mamasonthehill.com. Mama's on the Hill, on the Hill in St. Louis.
Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
You probably have heard by now that Pandora Mania is running wild at Becker Jewelers. And I'm here to tell you, there isn't a better time than now to add to your Pandora collection or to get your Pandora collection started. Hi, this is A.G. Becker, and we are liquidating all of our Pandora inventory at Becker's, and you don't want to miss out. All Becker's Pandora is half price while supplies last. Get here soon, because I can't stress this enough. When they're gone, they're gone. And with a deal like this, all of our remaining Pandora will go fast. So don't wait. Right now is the perfect time to fill in your present bracelet or create a new one. Make sure you shop both of our stores in Breeze and in Highland. But you better hurry because Pandora Mania is ending soon. Get Pandora half price while supplies last during this huge inventory liquidation sale.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, one and all. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market studio. Let's touch base on that Tucker Electric guest line now with McHenry Bearcats volleyball coach Nikki Sandlin. Nikki, welcome back.
Thank you for having me back again.
Sure thing, but I'm sorry to see your winning streak came to a halt last night. I watched some of it, I think, early this morning, actually, on the website. Bellarmine outlasted you in 5 sets.
Yeah, it was a tough one. We started off pretty slow, and, we got kind of whooped in second set, but they definitely showed some resilience in set 3 and 4 and just kind of no gas in the tank in set 5.
Yeah, 25-21, then 25-11, but you sure did carry them back nice. 25-23 and 25-21, those were close sets, the third and fourth. And in the final one, I mean, they just got that momentum and took it, huh? 15-6 the final there.
Exactly. They worked really hard to get back in those 2 sets, and you expend all your energy there, and Bellarmine's a very talented team, and it is what it is. We'll get them. We'll get them again next Friday.
I see that, yes, but it is it's tough to get in that 2-0 hole against somebody as good as you and went slice 3 in a row. That's probably pretty rare, actually.
Yeah, it's reverse sweeps are not something that's very common, and you really have to put it all out there on the table, and then hopefully maybe some things go your way.
Hey, I learned something new, Nikki. I never heard that before. Reverse sweeps. Where have I been, huh?
Yeah. That's all right. New terms.
I need all the help I can get. A freshman really spurred your effort, though, for one in McKenna Ross. She had a really nice match or game.
McKenna Ross is actually the sister of sophomore men's volleyball player Patrick Ross.
Oh, okay.
Some of our Arizona contingent, and she kind of came on a little bit late. We local Ellie Russell from Festus, she got hurt towards probably halfway through the season, and we needed somebody to step in, and McKenna's really been shining since then and kind of coming into her own, and as we can see last night, she really had a great match.
She's blended in fine in this Midwest, huh?
She says it's really cold right now, so I'm
tell her to wait, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully she gets acclimated.
Well, she did very well again last night and led your club with 15 kills. And kudos, of course, to modern-day grad Kelly Voss, too. She played a large role again for your team in the match against Bellarmine.
Kelly Voss is, I said last time, she's really, finding herself this season, her junior season, especially after playing with Barrow last year. And she's actually top 10 in the conference in kills per set. She's been anywhere from top 6 to 10, and then she's been in the ranks of points per set as well. So she's really kind of finding herself, and we rely on her heavily to produce offensively and defensively for us.
Yeah, she's a close second in kills on your team. I believe she leads in digs, so she's putting up the stats, and I'm sure leadership too, right, Nikki?
Oh yeah, she's one of the workhorses. So you have those people that are, that they talk, they're more vocal. Kelly definitely leads by example. She stayed here all summer, worked out 4 days a week in the weight room, and you can tell it shows.
You had won 3 consecutive before last night and 4 or 5, so you've been posting your share of victories. The thing is, of course, Nikki, you always want and need more, so you're going to go out again this weekend, but you've been on a pretty nice roll.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with this is a young and kind of inexperienced group. We have, a couple of young ladies that are, playing different roles. Kelly Voss, she played last season, but she played a different position.
Right.
We have a 4-year starter out of our setter, Morgan Melcher. And, we had a couple girls start last year or contribute that were freshmen, but really no one has that playing experience after the graduation of Rayla Williams and Amanda Geiger. So I'm actually really happy that we're holding top 6 and potentially can move on to top 4 and 5 if we string together some wins at the end.
But has it been a pretty steady lineup or a little in and out? And has the depth come into play and helped you out some?
It's been pretty steady. McKenna Ross, she's really come in the last half of the season. Annika Beal and Alex Tenen have both seen plenty of court time. Annika's an Althoff grad, and Alex Tenen is from Festus. They both have, shared some time throughout the entire year, but ultimately the court has been pretty steady.
Yeah, and that's what we want. And I think you mentioned another freshman in there, didn't you? And Annika Beal. How about Hope Gramley, who again starred last night?
Hope Gramley is really, she's a fierce competitor. And not only is she a fierce volleyball player, I think I might have said last time, she's a world-class bowler. So
you did mention, yes. And let's see, how tall is she? She's
6'1".
Right.
So she's not a small person, but she's has a lot of energy. She hits a pretty nice ball, and she's actually leading the team in kills and probably blocks per set right now.
Versatile, and that's fantastic. Yeah, I wonder what's her average in bowling, Nikki? You get to that during the what little off season you have.
I'm not sure where she had her first bowling competition this weekend. So we're excited to cheer her on and see how she does. But I know before she got here, we knew she was one of the top in her age group. So that's pretty impressive. The fact that you're an amazing volleyball player and one of the top recruited athletes in bowling as well.
Oh yeah, and they've got tremendous bowling teams, men's and women's at McKendree too. And what do you think over the course of the year? I mean, we're getting down to the old nitty gritty there. What's proved to be maybe the team's strength, a strength or two for you, and maybe an area to shore up here late?
I would say one of our strengths is definitely we're a very talented blocking team. By far, we're not small by any means. McKenna Ross, she might tell you she's 6'1", but her brother's 6'5", and she's almost looking him in the eye. So I tell her all the time, like, call her Ken Ross. I'm like, you're probably about 6'3" or 6'1", probably 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
Blocking is definitely one of our strengths, and I would say they're learning to find some resilience here, and that's, a lot of teams you can play, you can hit the ball, you can pass the ball, but the fact that they're becoming one of the teams of McKendree past, that all of our teams had some grit. That's what we stand for, and it's really shining right now. And
you've got a lot of your athletes in on the blocking parade, don't you? It's not just one or two.
No, it's quite a few, and we talk about it in the gym of, you're going up with a purpose, not with I'm going to just put my hands in the air, and they really buy into it, and it's kind of spurring what we're doing lately.
Yeah, what kind of workouts do you have with them on that, on blocking technique and so forth?
We hit on it as much as we can, pretty much every day. Obviously, you want to cover basic skills, but you figure out early on, like, okay, what kind of team are we, and what should we spend our time focusing on? And early on, we're like, okay, blocking and serving, because if we can slow the ball down or at least block it, that gives us another fighting chance to send them the ball back. So we spend majority of our time on, those, obviously passing as well, but those two skills in particular.
I have an idea that your practices are pretty intense, Nikki, which is good.
They're very intense. It's kind of the running joke of your number one objective is to make me happy, and making me happy is a good practice. So that's if you could ask any of those players, that I'm really pleased, not necessarily in the wins and losses, but what kind of effort you're showing on the court.
The team is now 14-11 on the season and 8-5 in the always really good Great Lakes Valley Conference. So yeah, and I'm not wrong there, right? It's formidable again. It is in every sport, it seems.
Yes, right now they have, I want to say, 4 teams in the top 25, and we have 4 of our teams in the top 10 in the region.
My goodness.
So that's nothing shy there, and there's no easy team. Every match is you got to give your best. So we have some really tough ones up here.
Illinois Springfield, I guess, UIS, are they definitely number one? I see they've lost only one match, Drury right behind, but are they the definite cream of the crop up to now?
Trey Salinas at UIS, he's an amazing coach. He's really turned that program around and had those kids buy in the past 4 years, and we've been travel partners, so we kind of joke and call ourselves the Bear Stars. So, one beats up on another team, and like, thanks, now it's our turn. So it's really nice to see a guy really invested, doing things for that program. And yeah, they're the truth. They're number one in the conference, and it's not a fluke. They're the real deal.
And it's been 6-7 weeks since we had you on for the first time this fall. And I forgot what you said then, Nikki. 14 teams in the conference. That's how they stack up. Is it the top 6 then, or the top 8 that goes to the league tournament?
Top 8.
Top 8. So you're right. I mean, you're right there now with a chance to, to move up a notch or two, even if these remaining matches play out and you only have 5 left.
Yeah, we are currently at 6, and if we, string together these next 5 or next 4, we could at least move up 1. And right now you're not going to get to the top 3, so it's like, okay, what kind of matchup do we want in the first round of the GLBC tournament?
And Indianapolis and Lewis are just ahead of you, and you'll see them this weekend at the Statham Center before you close out on the road. So they become even more huge, don't they?
Yes, these are very, very large matches. And Friday night is alumni night, so we're really looking forward to seeing some of the Bearcats pass and hopefully getting a large crowd in the gym. And Lewis is always a very heated rivalry for us, so it's going to be a pretty exciting weekend, and it's homecoming, so we're looking forward to it. We
had your football coach, Mr. Babcock, on Monday, right? It's going to be a busy and a fun weekend over in Lebanon. So, hey, appreciate you coming on again, Nikki. I know you're one of the busiest around. Go get them this weekend. I hope you take the season deep, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
All right. We'll see you.
See ya.
Nikki Sandlin of the MAC Bearcats volleyball team, actually volleyball teams. She also coaches the men's squad. It's really year-round. It's a definite year-round sport for her. We better pause, and then it's the athlete and also Kaylee Toller. Stay tuned. Check out this October price at Munkin Nissan in Centralia. You can drive off with a 2018 Nissan Altima 1N4AL3 APOJC 265922 for just $18,931. That's over $5,800 off MSRP. For more, visit munkinnissan.com.
From our family to yours, with guaranteed satisfaction. Munkin's the one. Munkin's the one.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
If you love quality handcrafted wines, visit 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. You'll enjoy the fruit flavors of their wines while relaxing in a beautiful country setting with family and friends. The Reserve Wine List humbly wears the label of the grapes grown in the family-owned vineyard. 12 Oaks Vineyard is open for tastings from 1 until 6 every Saturday and Sunday or by appointment at 594-7459. 12 Oaks Vineyard at 18975 Vogel Road, just 3 miles south of Carlisle, and at 12oaksvineyard.com.
Scientists say the universe is random.
Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
Hello again, sports fans. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday. Saturday morning, our guest will be Carlisle Lady Indians volleyball coach Lonnie Lewis, along with Cardinals bullpen coach, Hoffman's own Brian Everskerd. The time is 6. Yes. All of our guests are great. The time is 6:38. That time drop is brought to you by Zirin Funeral Home here in Carlisle for the flashback.
It's flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Meadow Screen Printing and Signs Sports Flashback. Meadow Screen Printing and Signs on Broadway in Trenton. Call 224-7374.
Gotcha. This is from July 17th, actually 18th of 2018, in case you were keeping score at home. It's Carlisle Lake Golf Club's 11-year-old phenom Connor Kipper along with his dad Don on this year's tournament trail. These are all stroke play events, Connor?
Yes, they are.
And have you ever played with a partner in best ball or something like that? Or
I play in a PGA Junior League. I play for Sunset Hills down in Edwardsville.
Oh, really?
And there are usually 2 or 3 person scrambles, and you go up against another golf course team.
Very good. But you're doing well there too.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You really like that? That's been around a long time. Sunset, right?
Yeah, Sunset Hill's been around a long time. Yep.
But you like that? You like that course too?
Yeah. The pro there named John DePriest, he gives me lessons.
Does he?
Yep.
For free, or does he make you pay?
Yeah, he takes care of us. We get more from him than we should.
Little trade. It all works out, doesn't it? But yeah, that's a different type tournament. That's kind of fun once in a while, huh? Instead of just the normal stroke play. But I know you prefer that though, right?
Actually, the scrambles are kind of fun because I get to actually make more friends with kids my age, and instead of competing against them, I actually get to talk to them more.
That's true. That's true.
So
and the older you get, the more you like them.
Yeah, the PGA Junior League, it really helped him out. Last year was his first year doing it, and when he was 5, 6, and 7, we did a lot of kind of national events, and I think it was wearing on him. He wasn't winning as much, and he kind of we kind of took a little hiatus during his 9-year-old year, and he got into this junior PGA league, and I think it's kind of refueled him. He's playing with more kids, and he's having more fun doing it. You got to think your own things. I think it's really helped his game.
Connor, by the way, he had won all 7 of the tournaments that he played in this year by the time he grabbed that Talkin Sports mic. He's sharp, and he's also, yes, he has a future on the fairways and greens. Good luck to Connor Kipper. We're coming back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Draghi, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I treat a lot of patients who have not been to the dentist in 10 to 20 years. Most had a bad experience as a child. Others are embarrassed to go or are concerned the dentist will scold them. We know these feelings are real and believe in listening to your problems and concerns. I will do all of this without putting you down or making you feel guilty. My team and I want to make a difference in the way you feel about dentistry. Please call me, Dr. Tim Draghi, at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment, or look at our website at breezedentalcare.com, where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
Are you looking for a happy dental home? Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies and have what you are looking for. New patients welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. Get back on the right track to good dental health with Breeze Dental Care. Call 526-2020. That's 526-2020.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
HSHS St. Joseph's Hospital in Breeze proudly accepts most health insurance plans to better serve your health care needs. With every emergency we care for, every illness we treat, and every baby we deliver, we'll help make sure you get the care you need. Selecting health insurance can be difficult, but choosing a facility is simple. Select St. Joseph's Breeze. We've got you covered. Learn more at stjoebreeze.com/enroll.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
This is Rip from the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Did I mention I lost I lost $1.6 billion last night? Unbelievable. Easy come easy. And how about this? This is the Pinckneyville Lady Panthers, their volleyball team. They're done. The IHSA has removed Peeville from the state playoff pool. They violated a rule which, well, you can't play more than 35 matches. That's a short of it, and they played 36. They filed an appeal and lost, and their season is over, and they had a really good team. I'm going to do Rip Sports Clip on that tomorrow. Isaac Rental Property in Carlisle reminds everybody to stay close, stay put, stay where you are. Talkin Sports returns soon with Kaylee Toller. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Your future is now with Central Illinois Truck Service. Hi, this is Perry Stanfa. We are looking for new team members, over-the-road hopper bottom and in-dump drivers, plus diesel mechanics. Apply today. Central Illinois Truck Service offers excellent paid health benefits, a good, stable, family-owned company. To apply, call Eva now at 664-2646 or stop by Central Illinois Truck Service, 1713 East Bowman Drive, Greenville, Illinois.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
Hey, hello, everybody, for one more Stash Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday. Let's tickle the Tucker Electric guest line for a final time tonight. We go over to New Baden for Westland Warriors football player Kaylee Toller. Kaylee, welcome to Talkin Sports.
Hi, it's great to be here.
It's good to have you on. And for those who, there are always a few, and that's fine, who may be unaware, yes, you are a football player and a good one, and you just wrapped up your senior year as the Warriors place kicker, correct?
Yes, sir.
Not bad. And I'm trying to, did you boot all 4 years, or how'd that work? Was it the last three on the varsity, or how'd that play out, Kaylee?
I played since freshman year. I was on the freshman and junior team for 2 years, and then my junior and senior year I was on varsity.
Okay, so it was the last two on the varsity. No spot duty as a sophomore even, huh?
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you have some?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But anyway, you're and I knew you played soccer for sure, and I couldn't remember, but you're just flat a pure athlete, period, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And now, when did you decide to try out, though? You were always soccer and basketball, maybe did you play softball when you were even younger too, or?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you covered all the bases there, period. But when did you decide to try out for the Westland High School football squad? That just, were you thinking about that for some time?
Yeah, I've started playing flag football, and I liked it a lot. And then I was in 8th grade, and we're talking about it at lunch one day, and I just signed up.
And you just signed? It was just like, was that the first year you played flag football as an 8th grader, or sooner?
No, I played it when I was younger.
Okay. When do they start that over there? Flag football.
2nd grade.
Really young, just like soccer, baseball, or most other sports, huh?
Yes, sir.
So what did your friends and family say when you told them of your plans? I'm gonna be a football player. They think you're crazy, or they're worried about your the injury situation, or go ahead, get her done.
My father was very nervous. My mom was for it.
Oh,
but
really?
After a while, my dad was fine. Yeah. And my friends thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
And some of them were fully for it, and some just didn't think I could do it.
But in the end, you did it, and it all worked out, and I believe you had all of them as your backers and plenty more, right?
Yes, sir.
But what drew you to the gridiron? Why did you want to – did this stem from soccer a little bit, of course?
Yeah, I'm the goalie for soccer, so I'm used to kicking the ball, and I figured it would be about the same. So I tried kicking a football, and it went in, so I tried out.
And, I mean, there's plenty of – especially as a goalkeeper there are a lot of similarities, I'm sure, and there are plenty of soccer players, usually boys or men in the college pro, that do convert over to place kicking in football. And I know Central had a kid to play soccer, and he was also their place kicker and so forth. So, I mean, we have a lot of that, but just not – it's rare that a girl does it, right?
Rarely, yes, sir.
But come to think of it, it was probably 25 years. I'm older, Kaylee. It was probably 25 years ago this fall when we had, at the time, I wish I remembered, I have it down somewhere, but it was a young lady from the Roxana Shells, who I think at that moment was the first girl to be a kicker in a high school, definitely anywhere south of Champaign or Chicago or something like that, and she was really, really good. So there have been a few others, but not many, have there?
No, sir.
Did you know of any others when you did this? Maybe from some other town or state that especially with social media anymore, that you came across?
I actually did not know of anybody else until I started playing freshman year, and then I found out there's a couple.
Yeah, but still, you're in a small party there. So, but yeah, you're the goalkeeper for the Lady Warriors soccer team, and again, that kind of lends itself for kicking field goals and extra points and all that. A lot of the same form and stuff. Although, man, that oblong ball, it didn't take you much to get used to that, huh?
No, sir.
How? it's pretty amazing, and that's the deal too. You just didn't join the team. You just didn't make the team. You were good at it. You had a great deal of success, and we're gonna get to that. Kaylee Toller is with us from the Westland Warriors football team. Now, what was I suppose especially the initial reaction from those players, those guys on that football team, especially the ones that had been around for a while, upperclassmen, not just the freshmen, but the juniors and the seniors. What'd they think?
I got out of my mom's car for practice on the first day of summer practice, and they all looked at me like I was crazy.
They didn't have any idea this was about to happen, or very few did?
No, very few knew that I was going to play.
Oh, that's great. That's did you have the cameras follow you? You should have had some people follow you around. You could have your own reality show by now, Kaylee. There's still time. But they got used to it, right? When they saw that you could perform, you could do the job. This wasn't some gimme.
Yes, sir. They got used to it.
Yeah. But then you started playing. Of course, it's game time. And I'm sure there were some crazy looks once in a while from the opposition, the opposing teams.
Oh, yes. Every game almost.
Until you split the uprights.
Yep.
What? That had to be fun, huh?
Yes, sir.
to prove people that you could do it. And because, I mean, let's face it, you had to probably go that extra mile above 99% of the players, since you are a girl. I mean, it's just that's the way it is, especially in a sport like football.
Yes, sir.
But you blended in okay. You didn't ask, I'm sure. I don't think you could pull it off. You didn't ask for special treatment, or you did the things the guys did in the conditioning sprints, probably in the weight room, at least some, and so forth, right?
Yes, sir.
No hesitation.
No, sir.
But you could, and you knew it. You couldn't slack off on any of that, right? Otherwise, that treatment, that disposition could change a little bit. Maybe wouldn't have been favoring you quite as much, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what was the transition? You had Coach Johns for the 3 years, from the freshman on through, and then Coach Calling. Was there any noticeable differences there, or pretty much just nice, simple little transition, all the same?
It was all the same.
And Coach Calling knew all about you, of course, being there the last
Yes.
couple of years now as the AD. So he knew what to expect from you, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you weren't about to cause trouble for either one of those.
Oh, of course not.
They're big boys. That's for sure. But you blended in fine and all that. It went super. Kaylee Toller is with us from Westland's Gridiron Bunch. She's with us for a few more minutes here on Talkin Sports on this Wednesday. And the fact is, and I don't have all the stats, gathered up a few here and there where I could find them, but you did wind up as an exceptional kicker, and in all facets. And I don't, from the way it sounded, you had a lot of confidence. It doesn't really surprise you, does it?
No, sir.
You got to go in with confidence, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I forget things too often now, Kaylee. But and I saw you play, and we broadcast the Westland Carlisle game this year. I think you kicked off too, didn't you? Or
yes,
not?
sir. This year I did.
Okay, this was the first year.
Yes, sir.
Did you do any of it last year?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. So the first year for kickoffs, but otherwise the extra points and field goals, that was old hat for you, huh?
Yes, sir.
How many extra points do you know? You probably do. You're smart, too. Are you in the top 10% of your class as well?
No, sir.
No? Okay. All right. Then we maybe won't go deeper than that. But no, did you hit all of the extra points this year, or did one or two slide right or left?
I missed 3 extra points and 1 field goal.
3 extra points out of how many you think? You unfortunately didn't get a lot of chances this year, but between last year and this year, what's an estimate of the number of attempts?
I think it was 23 this year.
23 this year, and 20 for 23.
Yes, sir.
And as far as the field goal attempts?
There was 5.
5. And 3 for 5?
4 for 5.
4. Yeah, there you go. I don't want to slight you there. 4 out of 5. And what was the longest you made?
37.
37 yards. And and was that one of those where, hey, it went over by 10? You know, I could have made that from 47. How long do you think, or how long has the deepest one been measured in practice? You know, within reach.
43.
43, huh?
Yes, sir.
Piece of cake, right?
Yeah.
Ball back, ball down, eyes on it, follow through.
Yes, sir.
Now that's one thing. You're a straight-on kicker.
Yes.
You're not a sidewinder like a lot of the soccer players who come from overseas and so forth, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No twisting around there, but yeah. So it sounds like obviously, and that you were pretty happy with your decision to try this. You are getting your kicks, and the team, and man, it all went well. So it was a good fit for you and the entire Warriors squad.
Yes, sir.
Were any of the fans surprised the first time? I mean, they had to know that you were, but still, that was a different look, right? When you showed up for that first game and actually took the field.
Yes, sir.
Some comments, I'm sure, all for the better, though. And this, and the only problem was this year, and it happens in all sports. You've been on some teams that had really good years, some down years. This season was a little tougher in that area, wasn't it? Just a couple of wins, but you got that last one in the opener.
Yes, sir.
2017, though, last year. How about that, Kaylee? As far as the team.
Yeah.
Went to the playoffs.
Right? It was it was an experience.
Yeah, went to the playoffs and 9-1, undefeated in the conference and all. So, all right, Kaylee, it's football. Yep, basketball and soccer for you. And is it next week when the Lady Warriors tip off basketball practice?
Yes, sir. We start Monday.
Gonna have a pretty good team?
Yes, sir.
Good. There you go. That's what you. And are you a forward? I've seen you play now. Now I'm definitely going to recognize you. But are you a forward on the team? Are you in the front court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then of course when the season the calendar turns, it's soccer for the Lady Warriors, and you usually have some pretty good teams there too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Club soccer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How much of it, Kaylee?
I've been playing since I was 9.
9 years old with club soccer even?
Yes, sir.
And still with the other sports through grade, junior high, whatever you want to limit it to there. But and what about college? I've heard a rumor or two about soccer in college. Am I on the right side of that, or off, or what? Or what can you say about
yes,
it?
Yes, sir. I verbally committed to Wabash Valley Community College.
Well, congratulations. And are they just starting?
Yes, sir. It's their first year. My freshman year will be their first year.
Yeah. Because obviously we follow Kaskaskia College and have Coach Bosch on and whatever. I thought a few weeks ago we had him on. He said that Wabash and maybe another team from the GRAC was coming in too. So that's good. So you're going to be on the expansion team, Kaylee.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Part of something new again. Well, I'll tell you what. Appreciate you coming on. You're a credit to Westland High Sports there, and congrats on your football season and career, and good luck in basketball and soccer. And then off when you go to JUCO over at Wabash. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Kaylee Toller from Westland High. She's extremely polite. That's great. That's good. No, that's very good, and she's obviously a really good athlete. Good kicker. Look for her on the basketball court, on the soccer field, and on and on. Saturday morning, we're coming back. Thanks to Kaylee and Nikki and Jim Hettenhausen. Saturday morning, Brian Everskirt, Gertie is due up, and so is Lonnie Lewis. Of course, trivia. This is Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emeen Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin Sports on Max 96.7.